Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be showing how to download and run large language models locally on your gaming laptop because I'm using my gaming laptop. But of course, you can use this same process on MacBooks or on Linux devices. So let's get started. To start, I'm going to click on my Chrome and type download LM Studio autocomplete, and it is the first option that came up, so I'm going to click LM Studio. I can easily just select Windows from the options here and let the download start. As you can see, it's saying unverified download, so that's for security purposes. I'm just going to allow it to download, and automatically we are downloading the latest model for the system. And you can scroll through the website to read more about what the app does while the download is going on. Alright guys, as you can see, I have downloaded the app. So I'm going to open the downloaded exe file and just install it as I would any other application. So it is loading. I want to install for anyone or for myself. I'm just going to install for myself. I'm going to let it use the default location and I'm going to click install. As you can see, it's not going to take so much time. Within 2 minutes, it should be done. As you can see, the installation is completed, so I can just open the app directly by clicking finish and letting the app load. Welcome to LM Studio. This is the UI of the application. You can see a couple of things. You can see charts, you can see the empty charts UI, you can see type a message, you can see appearance, so you can edit the appearance, you can increase the font size, and you can let reasoning models show their reasoning process, right? And then you can duplicate the UI if you want, or maybe the chart. So before we do that, I will go ahead and click on Power User. So what Power User does is it gives us more options like this. And I also want to mention on the lower panel, you can see the system resources. You can see everything is zero now because we are not using any resource right now. So first, we need to explore the available models. So I currently have a model downloaded, but if you don't have a model downloaded, no problem. You can come to this Discover page and you see a couple of models that are open source and available on Hugging Face right now. So what the app does is it connects to Hugging Face, and with that connection, you are able to download any model you want or any model you want to explore. So because I am currently using a Victor's gaming laptop that has RTX 3050 6 gig of VRAM GPU right now, the models that are available for me are models that are able to run fluently on my laptop based on the resources I have available, right? The 6 gig of VRAM and 32 gigs of RAM. So I can select from any of these, or I can filter for most likes, I can filter for recently updated models, just to search for the best model, or I can easily just search for this. For this tutorial, I'll be using Llama 3.2, which I already have downloaded. If you don't have it downloaded, no problem at all. You can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to be using Llama 3.2, the 3B version. This is called the model card. You can see the number of downloads, the number of likes when it was last updated. Maybe I want a more recently updated model, so I can see this was updated 138 days ago. So if I drop this down, I can see a model that was updated today. So the app is connected to Hugging Face based on the Hugging Face information card available. The app is displaying a lot of information about the models, right? So I can select a more familiar model. Let's see, Llama 3.2, 3B, a generalist model, the new and small Llama model. I think I can just go ahead with this. And it is 3.42 gig. All I need to do is just start downloading. Like I mentioned earlier, I already have a 3.2 model. I'll be using that one, but of course you can go ahead and download this, and when it is done downloading, it will inform you that it is done downloading. So I'm going to cancel it now and I'm going to go back to chat. So when you come back here to chat, you're able to load the model you want to use. So I'm going to be using the Llama 3.2 instruct. It's asking me to set the hyperparameters, but I can just remember the settings and load the model. So I give it some time for the model to load. Once the model is loaded, we can start using it. So this is the chat UI. As you can see, we are now using less than 1 gigabyte of RAM. We have increased to 1.38 gigabytes of RAM, which is still fine. I have 32 gigs of RAM, and there is no CPU right now, so it is not using any CPU right now, which we change. Oh, the model has loaded, so let's go ahead and send something. So hello, as you can see, very fast. Hello, how can I assist you today? I can go ahead and say write a IQ about rice, and very fast. Soft, white, gentle brain. Rice, warm comfort on my plate. Summer simple joy. Basically, this is an IQ about rice. Very fast, 0.24 seconds sharp. To show the resource usage, I can easily just ask it to write a 300. I can write a 300 word article about sweet rice, and it will go ahead and do it. And while it is writing the long article, you can see it's now using 8% of our GPU and still less than 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is good. And it does not affect the speed. Of course, we are using a smaller model, so it will be faster because there are abundant resources for you to use. But if you are using a larger model, you can expect little reduction in the speed as long as you are using a model that is good considering the resources you have. So we can see this. I can ask it to summarize this long. Okay, maybe 300 words. It is too long. Summarize it in a paragraph, and you can see it's summarizing in a paragraph because it is context aware, right? And as you can see, I made a mistake, but it was still able to correct it and know what I was talking about, right? So this is a paragraph summary. Sweet rice is a versatile ingredient with a unique flavor profile that's both savory and sweet. So that's it, right? And I want to show that this can work completely offline. So I'm going to turn off my internet and I'm going to continue querying it. So I'm going to say, that's nice. Now write about steak, right? And see, the steak a cut above the rest. You see, this is so lovely, man. Don't worry about me. I'm not hungry. I'm just, it's just the topic that came to mind. Food. I mean, who doesn't love food, right? So as you can see, the model is working fine. You can stop it, no problem. And you can read the response, and you can see it is as fast as when you are querying ChatGPT. It is telling you the model you are currently using, and you can change the model you are using, no problem, right? So I'm going to go to a more advanced functionality now. Let's go ahead and create a new chart and ask who is the GOAT of football. So it's going to tell us the GOAT is highly subjective. We have Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, other people like Johan Cruyff, Pele, and Zidane, right? That's a good answer. So now I want to demonstrate what is called RAG, because as you can see, you can attach PDF, plain text, or other documents. So RAG is the process of retrieving information from an attached document, right? Once I click upload, I can see upload file. I'm going to just upload a random fact sheet I downloaded earlier, analysis of football database or football fun fact. Let's do the fun fact. As you can see, the model is not exposed to the data yet. So let's see how the answer or how its response will go. So what is this document about? So it's going to decide which strategy to use to understand the document, and it's telling us that this document appears to be a family activity sheet from the Premier League Star program. So let's check if that is right, and as you can see, this is right. Football fun facts for family, for everybody to play, and for children most especially, right? So we have some information here. So let's see. Chelsea played 86 home games without losing between February 2004 and 2008. So I can come to the model, I can copy that and come to the model and ask how many games did Chelsea FC play without losing So between February 2004 and October 2007. So it will go back. According to the content provided, Chelsea played 86 games, which is correct. 86 home games, right? So that is the process of RAG. You just see, and this is totally possible offline. There is no internet connection necessary for that, right? So that is the tutorial for normal people, but I'll still like to play around with other aspects of the application. So I'm going to go into the developer mode. And when I go to developer mode, I have access to a lot of other things, right? So I can come to the models and see the models that I have here. This is the embedding model, and this is the LLMs that we used earlier. So I can go into the settings and do exam and play around with the settings. I can do models. I can come to model search, run times, and all that, or just go back to the app settings where I can tweak a lot of things, right? And then I can even edit the models, right? So this is the model parameters, right? So I think we've seen this earlier where we wanted to load the model. You can see how many percent of the work should be offloaded to GPU, how many thread of CPU maximum should be created, and all the other parameters that are necessary for the models to work, right? And then for prompts, you can set the default prompt. The default prompt is typically the instructions that is given to the model, and it's usually in the line of your helpful AI assistant if you answer the question that is asked. But since we do not set that here, it is going to be using the default prompt by Llama, which is basically what I just mentioned earlier. And we can also check the inference, and here we can see some other hyperparameters. Temperature controls the model's hallucination. You can see limit response, you can see truncate middle, and all the other hyperparameters that we can change basically to tune the model. So we can explore other models. You can easily just download any other model you want, and you can even go open the model in Hugging Face to see the full details about the model. So another thing you can do, you can come to developer mode where you see a bunch of settings, a bunch of things you can do. This is typically for when you want to use API and you want to configure a model, you want to use the API, you want to send queries and you want to respond via API locally on your laptop needing to use without needing to use OpenAI's API or some other paid APIs. This application allows that to happen too. And you have some documentation and you can access the LM Studio community. So basically, you can return to chat or and you can basically just continue chatting with the model. Another interesting thing I would like to show is how you can categorize chat into folders. For example, the initial conversation was about food, right? So I'm going to move the initial conversation into food. I'm going to click outside food. See, when you click down on food, you see initial conversation, which is about rice and steak, you remember. And also you can come out and create a new folder about football, and then you can move this chat that was about football, you can move it into it. You can create new chat under the folders and you can continue using it. Right now, for example, you can send another query: who is the best goalkeeper ever? And determining the best goalkeeper is subjective once again because that's opinion based. You can see some keepers who have won recognitions over the years. You can stop the model and you see the usage will go down. And basically, that's all I wanted to show in this video. I hope you be willing to try this out on your own computer, or if you are interested, you can set it up for people in your house to query and use large language models, especially the open source ones, without having to pay, right? So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.